Pisces, and welcome to your April 2018 general reading. So what we do is just look at the general energies around you, and I do your relationship readings separately. They'll be out next week, hopefully. So what stood out for me right away, Pisces, is you've got the World card twice, okay? So your additional guidance card is the World. So this is, some of you might be traveling, by the way, with the World card, but the World card is the last card in the whole deck. So there seems to be some cycle completing itself, okay? It might be an emotional cycle, because you've got the Five of Cups and the Four of Cups, and you've got the Strength card in your relationship house. And sometimes that Strength card appears when you're being called on to access some deep resources within you. So the World card is saying that something's completing itself, a whole cycle of your life experience, and your outcome for the month of April, again, is the World card. So something is being resolved here. I still think it's an emotional issue, but let's look at your reading, because as you enter April, you come in with two knights. So the knights represent change and quite rapid movement. Some of you really might be traveling, by the way, because you've got the Knight of Wands and the World card. The first card is Knight of Swords. This tends to bring news your way. It's quite a fast moving energy. Sometimes this knight just rides into your life and rides right back out again, okay? He can be delivering news though. It's a swords card, so he tends to come forward bringing quite rapid change and bringing news to you. It's also with the Knight of Wands. I say some of you again might be traveling. The Knight of Wands tends to bring quite good news, by the way, because he's quite an exciting character. His energy is more about joy and lightness. What I noticed is they're sort of moving in different directions, so I might pull you a different card here. But there's definitely been, in the last few days of March, some news, or some of you are traveling, as I said. So I'm not sure quite what's going on here. The Three of Discs has came up as well. So the Three of Discs is a card of working with others. Sometimes with the threes, there's a feeling that your destiny is somehow tied up with other people's. Now, everyone's destiny is tied up with other people. Sometimes that's Three of Discs, so there can be a little bit of a frustration. But it's energy, it's about cooperation, you doing your part and having to allow the wheel of life to take care of the rest of it, Pisces, okay? Because what you most want is this Five of Cups. So I'm assuming what you most want is whatever you're going through right now to be over. Yeah, so some of you might have gone through a grief process, some disappointments and some hurts, and maybe some of you are feeling quite lonely, quite cut off and quite depressed with this card. The good news is what's helping you go over this cycle is this new cup that's been offered to you. So okay, Pisces, you're not reaching out and grabbing this cup right away, but there's some offer coming your way that's going to help you move on from this Five of Cups. So if you look at the five, there's 3 cups spilled, but there's 2 brand new goblets behind you. So here is this goblet being offered to you, which is helping you move on, okay? To let go of past regrets, past remorse, whatever it is that you're feeling around these 3 cups. So I quite like this together, to tell you the truth. And I've looked around and you've also got the 10 of Cups, which is a completion of an emotional cycle. The World card has got the exactly same message for you. that you're letting go, you're moving on from whatever these 3 cups have meant for you. So I really, really like it. Your challenge is the 7 of Discs. So this might be waiting for news around finances. A 7 of Discs is a picture of someone who's waiting to reap, okay, to pick these discs, because she's done all the work and she's going to look at it to say, oh, are these discs ready to pick? Okay, now she's waiting for the 10 of Discs basically. So there might be a sense of having to wait right throughout the month to have this cycle complete itself. But it's going to complete itself, okay? So this is also a card of endurance, patience, and having to wait to see what the final outcome of something is, which is really quite interesting, because the Strength card in your relationship house is also a sort of energy of having to call on, you know, there's times in our life, Pisces, and I know you know this, when we have to call on extraordinary energy, okay, to dig really deep to find our resources. That's what the Strength card is. It's also about the heart, following our passion. For some people, there is a really good relationship dynamic, because this is about soul unification. It's not quite the soulmate card, but it's when you connect with another person in a way that you're both stronger together. You both reflect each other's strengths rather than weaknesses, and you both have an energy of pulling together. So I really, really, really like it. Around money and work, you've got the 7 of Wands, okay? The 7 of Wands is a card of having to stand up for yourself. Sometimes it can be a card of feeling quite protected, having to protect your energy in the workplace. And then you've got the 6 of Wands with it, which is success and victory. An awful lot of wand energy around the money and work energy here. So, give me a minute. Especially in this card, maybe some Pisces have to stand up for themselves, okay? Put limits down and put boundaries down. Because if we see this guy, he's protecting his inner world, okay? He's protecting his castle, his inner world, his time, his energy. So maybe some of you have to put some limits down around the demands of workplace. With the looks of it, it's going to be successful. This is a good news for whatever Pisces are waiting for that 7 to become a 10. This is really good news that something successful and the outcome is going to be good, by the way. I'm not saying that you might not have to endure a little bit and be patient and allow, being that beautiful Pisces Hanged Man energy, and try and allow the cycle to complete itself, okay? Because it's going towards completion. At the level of your inner life, you've got the Ace of Swords, okay? So you've got clarity, and you've got this gift of this ace. So the Ace of Swords can represent having clear sight, knowing the way forward. And what I like about it, Pisces, is sometimes with the water element, we can drown in that energy, because we get so bogged down with our feelings that we lose clear sight. That is not happening to you this month. It's like you're walking on water. Yeah, you're owning that water element. So you're keeping this clear sight, this clear vision of the way forward in your life. And you end the month on a very interesting note. The Page of Swords is bringing news to you, which is leading to the World card. Happy conclusion of a cycle. I've never ever seen the World card ever have any negative connotations, because it's that, and it's upright, it's that happy conclusion of a chapter in your life. And what also I like about your reading, Pisces, is you want this to be over. There's some sort of offer being made to you, and okay, you're not reaching out and grabbing it, because these 3 cups are still standing. So say maybe some Pisces are still in process of this 5 of Cups, but this 10 has also appeared, which means you're moving towards a completion of something. So this could definitely be emotional, but it could definitely be around your finances, your security, the earth element, okay? But because of the 6 of Wands and the Victory card turning up here in the money and work sector, the 7 is going to become a 10, okay? And this is on the emotional front as well. And that is just clarified to me. At the end of the month, there's news coming your way that leads the World card to one chapter ending in an upright way, full of dignity, full of authenticity, and full of personal power as you move forward into the new chapter to claim your passion, to claim your love, and to claim your new chapter in your life, Pisces. That's the sort of general energy I'm picking up for you. It looks like quite an exciting month. You are going to have to work with that 7 of Discs. My metaphor is someone who's 7 or 8 months pregnant, who's waiting to give birth. And there's still a little bit of waiting for the outcome. But I think it's clear that whatever you're waiting for is going to manifest. And I've just turned around and the Justice card is there. Basically, which is going to be a happy outcome to whatever it is that you're working with. Very interesting reading, Pisces, okay? And you can get me directly. My email's in the About section. Loads of love. Bye.